I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I know we've been having some weird glitches with the server, but I can't speak to if it's up or not. I am not currently on the server, so you know, I really can't say.
Aliens.
Yep, that's what it is. Aliens. Problem solved. Actually, it's probably Y-hole. Let's be honest here. Yep. Okay, we don't need that. What else don't we need? I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna kinda get this fixed up. So we're just doing this one for detail, this bit for detailing, I think. Thanks. Yeah, somebody was asking how I build shit, or if I would build a ship for them, or to show them what's up, so, or, how I do it, so, that's what I'm doing. I've been building for the last, what, 6 hours? About? Yeah. Started about 11, or no, I started at 9, so 8 hours almost. If I can get it to the point where it's worth testing, yes, I will test it. I can't promise that it'll get to that point, though. Alright, we can start adding in some weird details. And that's what we're gonna do. There we go. I do not play League of Legends. I don't know. I've never really been a MOBA player. I've thought about it. I played a little bit of Smite at one point, but it was just, I don't know. I never really understood the game. I wasn't very good at it personally. And my problem is, some people may know this. I know I said it earlier today. But I unfortunately suffered a little bit of neurological damage, so my reaction time is a little bit shit. So typically Twitch type games are not my thing. But I do enjoy a good RTS. Doesn't mean I wouldn't give it a shot sometime, but I don't know. Yeah, while I was in the military, I was doing stupid stuff a lot. Okay, so we are at the point of a nearly complete shell. The bottom part is always the last bit. Nice to know you guys get along, I guess. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I used to, way back when I played World of Warcraft, and I did alright in the PvP in there, but then I was running as a Holy Pally, so it's kind of hard not to do well. Alright, and for those of you watching the video, some of these comments might seem a little bit weird, but they were asking me if I played League of Legends, and the answer is no. Alright, so we're about done with filling out this this shell, actually. It's obviously not fully detailed. It's got what I would have to consider like a very minor detailing pass. But it's gotta, you know, start at it, basically. So we're gonna kind of add in the last little bits here and there that I wanted to. And I think this is where the landing gear is going to end up going, because I do plan to do that. Let's go down here. There we go. And so, for the sake of the video, I'm not going to go in and strip out every individual piece that could be stripped out, you know, for maximum possible efficiency. But do understand that that is something that would typically happen. I would spend probably about an hour just stripping out systems. Or stripping out blocks, rather, that I didn't need. Just because my wireframing style is really messy, so it creates a lot of extra blocks that, you know, you really don't need. Alright. There we go. Okay, so that's actually most of the shell done. Now, obviously there's this nice big hole at the top, but it did say that that's going to be used earlier. On a fighter, I wouldn't do a whole lot more, but you could do... to make engines more detailed, we can add in... pieces like this. Just things to break up the blobbiness. You don't want too much blobbiness, really. And that's kind of the trick. And I'm trying to do that in the most minimalistic way I can. Again, for the sake of, you know, video and just you guys' time and my time, to be honest. So we'll do this on all of this real quick, because it's quick and dirty, quick and easy too, so shouldn't be too bad. So all we're doing here is just adding a little bit of extra blocks. There we go. So, as you can see, it's just a little bit broken up so that it's not quite so blobby. This middle part is not broken up, and you know what? I'm not going to do it. But you can do things like that for this one. Actually, you know what? Maybe I could... Now, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Oops. There we go. So I'm not going to do this one, but yeah, you can do lines and things like that, which will make everything just a little bit easier to deal with. Let me just make sure that we don't have any other extraneous spots that haven't gotten covered yet. I think that is essentially a complete shell now. And actually, I'm going to move this back just a little bit, because I want it back here. No, back a little bit further. So if we go here, 2, 3, there, like that. And the reason is because, again, I'm using an odd number. Just kind of... Okay, and then we'll go ahead and slap in the last bits here. Call it good. For the exterior for the moment. Now this is what I would call the first detailing pass. So there would be a lot more detailing done later. This is just the initial bit. You know, I'll be adding in other systems and pieces all over the place to make it all look better. But for the very moment, right, for your first pass, this is where I typically stop. And sometimes I'll add more here and there. Ooh. I typically try to get the wedging done, basically, and I did miss some right here. So let's do that. And that. I did miss this, so may as well get it now. I forgot about the wingy bits. Never forget about the wingy bits. Alright, there we go. So there's that. We'll get the bottom end. And we'll just fill this in. Anybody know when I started this video? Curiosity?
No idea.
How long it's been? 'Cause yeah. There we go. There you go. All right. So this is stage one. This is what I'll call stage one. We're gonna add in power now and thrusters and all that stuff. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get rid of these thrusters because we don't need them here. So a trick with power is obviously I've got this generator right here. I don't think that's going to be enough. So what I want to do is I want to see if this one here will actually run the whole length of the shed, and it does. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to let that meet up. And now I can, because I've got this here, and I want space for my interior, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take these out. Oops. There we go. Wait, was that enough? No. Come back here. Okay, so I'm going to take those out. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring this down now. All the way down, as far as I can get it. There we go. And we're going to run this along the floor. And this is perfectly fine because it's all in one line basically. And it gets right past there. Easy day. We can actually just pop that up top. And then these need to go side to side as best we can. So we're actually going to do that like so. We're going to take off symmetry. We're going to run that across like that. So there's one block in between. And we're going to run this one. Where can we do that? Yeah, we can do that here. So we're just trying to make it as efficient as possible, obviously. So that gets there. And then over here, we can just do one on either side. So we've got right now 6,000 power regen, which isn't a huge amount, but it's a decent amount. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So we're going to do a couple of small power generators out here in these, and that's just because we can. I'm actually going to turn on symmetry again for this because that would help. Yeah, basically what I'm doing with this is I'm trying to maximize the length, width, and height of the power lines, if you will, but minimize the number of blocks that I'm using to do it. It's the best way that I can think of to explain it. So we're just going to kind of go across there, like that, like that. Got a couple more power generators in there now. So we're up at about 78,000 power. For this size, that should be fine. 78,000 power. It could go higher. I usually do, so we'll do another power gen. Why not? Let's find a good spot. So if you notice, none of these are touching, and that's kind of the goal. We're gonna get rid of these. No, we can't get rid of these thrusters. Those ones are aesthetic. So we're gonna, oops, go back, get rid of that symmetry plane. Bring this underneath, and we're gonna bring this as far forward as we can, which is right there. And then we're gonna kinda, let's see, where can we do this? Okay. Bring these across, so they're not touching. Okay. And then we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna bring this up. There we go. Now we're at 87,000. That's a lot better. It's not, you know, like there are higher power levels that you can get to, but for what we're gonna do with this one, it should be just fine. You can add more generators than that. I typically aim for around 100,000 for something about this size, but that should do just fine for what we're doing. Now that we have the power generators in, we can kind of focus on the interior a little bit better. And the reason I like to do the power first is because, I mean, I kind of know where the interior is going to go. For a bigger ship, I do the interior before I do the power. But for, you know, a smaller one like this, sometimes I like to do the power first because the power is more important in a way. Simply because without power, you're not going to do shit. So, you know. There we go. So we're already adding in the interior here. And we'll kind of, yeah, like so. And we're going to run this back to the core. This goes underneath the core. This is our core room sort of area. We're going to do one of these, and this is going to be our doorway in the end. I'm just trying to get the area for all this blocked out. We're going to grab some, we're going to use some Rammet capsules because why the hell not? And they're going to be our lights because it seems like a good idea, at least at the moment. So we'll do that, and then, oops, did I, no, I didn't misclick it. Okay, we're okay. Yeah, so we'll just kind of run this down. That way it looks like it's actually going up into there, which is great. And then we'll kind of run these down. There we go. Now we don't need these to be shown, right? So it's fine to not let them be chilling. We're actually going to bring this out because we're actually going to hide this core a little bit, which should protect it a little bit-ish. Mind you, I'm using advanced armor right now. It doesn't matter what kind of armor you use for this. Any of them should be fine. We're going to do the door up top, I think. Or maybe off to the side, I don't know. Actually, let's do this, and there's the door. Oh. Yeah, no joke. I remember high school finals. Those were fun. There we go. All right. Okay, so we'll go like right here for the chair. Like that. I'm not gonna invest a huge amount of time in, you know, what the chair looks like for the moment, simply because there's not like, this one doesn't have a whole lot of space to work with the way that I built it, but that's okay. So there we go. And then we're gonna wedge there, down, and then, oops, there we go. Wedge, and then from here, I'm just gonna fill in the floor. So while you're in here, it looks like it's all good. We're gonna add something right here. And then for this back wall, I still really want to use armor or something. Something like this. And this is to keep this stuff alive. I have no idea if there's going to be a School of Design, Let's Build, I don't know. It's a thing that I did. Is that good enough? Because it's about all I got right now. Okay. There we go. Black right there. Just looks better. And then we're gonna go here, 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 and then we're gonna kind of fill in this. again, normally I would be going and finding all the extra little blocks that, you know, are generated during a build like this. I am not for this one. And the primary reason behind that is I just don't have that kind of time right now. We're going to use orange because orange is on the outside, and we're going to use orange in the inside. And we're going to grab some more warp drives, or jump drives, or whatever. Man, the Trekkies are starting to get to me. Okay. Just kind of... What? I'm not a Trekkie. Far from it, really. Actually, Star Trek ships piss me off these days. Something against the ships, it's just I see so many of them poorly done at reviews. And something against the builders, it's just there's so much you can do with a Star Trek ship, it seems. Okay, so right here we actually have the opportunity to kind of delete these. Nope, can't delete that one. Okay. You shouldn't really be able to notice that as you're coming in all that well. Yeah, you really can't all that well, so that's fine. And so now we're gonna put a faction module right here, I think. All right. So we actually have a shell. We have a pretty much complete shell, and it is ready for its systems. Really, and we've already got the power in. We don't have the power storage, but we have the power itself in, which is kind of an important step. And yeah, so we're doing pretty well right now.